How's everybody doing on this Saturday night? I can tell you, I'm kind of happy because we have a Triple Crown winner again today. I don't know how many of you follow horse racing, but Triple Crown's kind of a big deal. We didn't have one for 36, 37 years, something like that. And then we had American Pharaoh in 2015, and now here we are 3 years later. We've got another Triple Crown winner in Justify. It's only the 13th one in all of time. I guess at least since they started keeping track of those sort of things. So I'm in a good mood tonight because we have a Triple Crown winner. Yeah, that's the moral of the story. We've got a lot of stuff to open tonight. Quite a bit of memorabilia, and then a full case of Topps Finest Baseball. So before we get started, we do have a few things to go over. First thing you see there, my feedback is completely automated on eBay. So what that means to you is this. You don't ever have to wait on me to get caught up on feedback. So as soon as you post positive feedback for me, you should instantly get it in return. Second thing you see on the page, and really the most important thing there, is to say thanks. I appreciate everybody who bids and breaks and chats and hangs out with me. So however you're participating, I'm glad to have you joining, and thank you very much. We will now take a spin through the listings that are up on eBay, which will be ending over the next few days. I list new stuff just about every night, and they generally run for around 5 days. So tomorrow we've got more memorabilia. We've got a basketball jersey break, an autographed basketball jersey, and a full case of the Onyx Preferred Players autographed baseballs, a couple of boxes of 2012 Signature Series baseball, half case of 2011 Prime Signatures football, and a full case of Luminance football. So that's on tap for Sunday. Monday night, another autographed baseball jersey, another case of Finest. On Tuesday night, we'll do another Game Day Greats autographed football jersey. We will do the back half of the case of TriStar mini helmets that we're going to start tonight. We'll do the rest of that case on Tuesday night, and then a third case of Luminance. On Wednesday, we're going to do some Onyx Preferred Players autographed baseballs, and then we'll do a half case of Topps Series 2 Jumbo. Comes out on Wednesday. We'll bust into it Wednesday night. And then Thursday, we'll do a Gold Rush Series 2 autographed mini football helmet, some 2017 plates and patches, and some more Luminance football. So that's what the days ahead look like. Now let's take a look at what we've got going on for tonight. A couple of things, actually several things on this page. First up, this is the order that we're going to break in. So what you see there is how we will break. So it will be first the half case of the TriStar autographed mini football helmets. Then the TriStar Game Day Greats autographed football jersey, the Gold Rush full-size autographed football helmet, and the Gold Rush autographed baseball jersey, then Topps Finest Baseball. You'll also note those are broken into two different categories. The first four things, which are all the memorabilia breaks, those are completely free shipping. Anytime you do a break with me that has entirely free shipping, you can plan on it going out about 6 or 7 days after the auction ends. Occasionally it'll go out a little sooner, but kind of that's part of the deal with the free shipping is, it goes out a little later than the other stuff. So anticipating roughly a Friday shipping date for that. Sometimes, again, if it gets out earlier, just plan on that being a pleasant surprise. Our paid shipping break tonight is Finest Baseball, anticipating that to go out on Tuesday. If I can get it out to you quicker than that, which would be Monday, I certainly will. But for now, I'm anticipating Tuesday for it. Finally, if you are in one of these first four breaks, the memorabilia breaks, and your team is not pulled, which means you wouldn't hit anything at all in that break, you are still entitled to a consolation used trading card. It can be from any year and any series. Typically, that's going to ship with your next package where you do pull something. I track that stuff for a rolling 90-day period. If you want it sent sooner, just by itself with, plain white envelope and a stamp, shoot me a message over on eBay. Let me know. We'll work out the details and get you squared away. So first up tonight is our half case of 2018 TriStar Hidden Treasures autographed mini football helmets. This is a half case break. It is break number 5. And of course, everything we're opening tonight ended tonight, Saturday, June the 9th on eBay. We are live streaming it tonight as well. You'll see there with our team names are on one side and your name in lights across from it there as the winning bidder if it happens to be your team. One of those spreadsheets will go up before the start of every break. So if you're not in this break, you're going to get a chance to see your name up there shortly when we get to your break. Right now, you will notice that the focus is about to change. The background is going out of focus. That is on purpose. We should still be able to see everything, so no worries there. Now, this is a big case of stuff, these mini helmets. So I can't even fit the full case of stuff up on the table. But I am going to open it up right now, and I'm going to set all 10 of our boxes on the table. It's going to take up most of the space, so you're just going to see a bunch of boxes here in a second. And I will number each of the 10 boxes on the end, and I will use random.org then to decide which half of the case we're opening tonight versus which half of the case will be opened in the next break. First, I've got to get them all out, so hang on for a second. That's usually the way I do this sort of thing when we're opening, starting a brand new case, but we're not opening the full case quantity. I do usually do something like this. Take them all out, number them, use random, that sort of thing. That way it just keeps it all nice and above board and everybody knows what's going on. Okay, so let me get these bad boys numbered here. Then I'll bring you along with me and we will go to random.org and then figure out which ones we're going to open up tonight. It's just going to be the first 5 numbers that come up as soon as I hit random here, or randomize. So it gives us 4, 9, 1, 8, and 5. So 1, 4, 5, 8, and 9 for tonight. All right. 1. There's 4 and 5. And here's 8. Ah, I just knocked something over. Yeah, well, that's to kind of be expected, right? All things considered, I've got mini helmets everywhere. Let me set these other 5 back in their case, and then we'll get started. There are a couple of people who have not yet paid for your break tonight in various places, various categories. So if you happen to be one of those people, please pay for your break. Please don't leave me stuck with all your stuff. And let's see here. I see Mike Smith is in chat. Oh, you know what? What's the word I'm looking for? It's not coincidental, but anyway, Mike Smith was the winning jockey on our Triple Crown horse today, Justify. So a good omen. Maybe that's what I'm trying to say. So Mike Smith, maybe you're going to have good luck tonight as a result of sharing the same name. And Ryan, Ryan says his lady picked everything tonight, so we better hit something for her. And I see Jason's here. Hi, Jason. I haven't seen you in a while. Northwoods, we have not done the jersey yet. And Rick, everything did sell tonight. Not all is paid for. A few people were still kind of waiting to get payment in, but it did all sell. And hi, Wayne, and hi, Greg. How's everybody doing? So our our first helmet out is Earl Campbell. Many of you know by now kind of how Earl Campbell rolls. That is, on a collegiate helmet, you have a JSA authentication card and a JSA authentication sticker. But if you don't know how Earl Campbell rolls, let me run through that for you. Earl Campbell was, of course, a Houston Oiler. Cards and items always stay with their franchise. All that information and more is down at the bottom of each of my listings in that little special circumstances area. So the former Houston Oilers moved to Tennessee and became the Tennessee Oilers. Then they moved again within the state and renamed themselves the Tennessee Titans. So that Earl Campbell will go to the Tennessee Titans. Next out, we have Will Fuller for the Texans. These are just little, you know, kind of little pieces of paper, little informational cards that TriStar puts in there. And there's our Will Fuller helmet, and we have a kind of a hologram authentication sticker on the back. Doesn't seem to be any other sort of paper COA with that one. Jason says he misses Heritage. I know, but do you not like Finest? Well, Finest is a whole different feel, of course, than Heritage, but it's still fun. And hey, we're only a few days away from Series 2. And of course, Series 2, you know, parts of it are kind of boring, but the inserts are good usually. And you'll get lots and lots of cards like we did in Heritage. Next out, the Raiders. Ray Guy and the Oakland Raiders. There's Ray's signature on the top. Hologram authentication sticker on the back. No other paper COA in that one either. All right, so we are a Texan, a Raider, and a Titan at the moment. Next up, number 4 of 5 is a Seahawk. Hey, hey. It's Kenny Easley. That's fun. So, Kenny has a very nice signature, actually. I like Kenny's signature. And he's a recent Hall of Fame inductee. He has a JSA authentication sticker. You can see it down there kind of at the bottom. And a paper JSA authentication inside as well. So we are Titans, Seahawks, Texans, Raiders at the moment. One more to go in our half case of mini helmets tonight. Hey, we pulled one of these out of the last case too. I just shipped it out today, as a matter of fact. And it is Y.A. Tittle for the San Francisco 49ers. And there's Y.A.'s signature on the top. And a, what is that, a hologram authentication sticker on the back. Okay, so to recap our half case mini helmet, we have Y.A. Tittle for the San Francisco 49ers. I'm going to put these back in the boxes as we go, guys, so bear with me here. It takes an extra second, but I'm going to keep them all nice and pretty. Ray Guy for the Oakland Raiders. Followed by Kenny Easley, my favorite signature of the night because he has such cool handwriting, for the Seattle Seahawks. And then Mr. Earl Campbell, once again, that's on a collegiate helmet, but of course, Earl Campbell, you know the story. Houston Oilers, Tennessee Oilers, current Tennessee Titans. Cards and items always stay with their franchise. Next up, we have for the Texans, Will Fuller. And hey, my phone's ringing. Everybody knows they're not supposed to call me during this time of night, but somebody's breaking the rules, aren't they? I may have to get it and hang up on them. Hang on. Okay, so yeah. Hopefully that took care of that. All right, so let me get us now back in gear here. Get the spreadsheet up, and we are ready to move into our next break. For those of you who might have jumped in late, didn't see this earlier, please take a moment there to review the information that you see on the page. Free shipping breaks will go out roughly Friday. Once again, free shipping stuff goes out about 6 or 7 days after the auction ends, generally speaking. And consolation card, if your team isn't pulled, your consolation trading card, which can be from any year, any series, typically will ship with your next package. If you want it to ship out by itself, send me a message in eBay. We'll work on the details. I do track that for a rolling 90-day period as well. A 2018 TriStar Game Day Greats Autograph Football Jersey, break number 11. Like everything else, it ended tonight, Saturday night, June the 9th. And same format that you're probably very used to by now, which is our team names on one side and the eBay user ID of the winning bidder across from it there on the opposite side. And I see, oh, hi, Allison. I see that you are, oh, you didn't like, you didn't like the choices in the mini helmets once. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, yeah, I don't have any control over what TriStar puts in there or what we pull out of any given box or any given case. So I'm sorry that you didn't have much luck with that one, that you didn't like that group. But, you know, the current player, of course, Will Fuller and the Texans. I think that's who you were asking about. Where is the current player? That would be Will Fuller for the Texans, of course. The others are Hall of Famers in the first half of the mini helmets. So we're on a bit of an Earl Campbell kind of roll tonight, aren't we? So once again, you know the story. Earl Campbell, Houston Oilers, Tennessee Titans. So this Earl Campbell jersey going to the Tennessee Titans. And it has a hologram authentication right there. Of course, you can see his signature. There's a little paper TriStar authentication card in there. And then this little info card that's just, I'll put down in the bag with it as well. So Tennessee Titans taking home our TriStar Game Day Greats autographed football jersey tonight. Because, yeah, we're definitely we have an Earl Campbell kind of vibe going tonight, for sure. If he also comes out of the full-size helmet, that would just be freaky. I'll tell you that right now. That would be exceptionally freaky if he comes out of that, too. So that might put me, you know, right over the edge. That's Twilight Zone kind of stuff. Okay, so you probably just saw this. But if you didn't, take a second, check it out. It's your anticipated shipping date and information about consolation cards if your team does not hit. And it is a 2018 Gold Rush full-size autographed football helmet, break number 14. And ended tonight, live streaming tonight, Saturday, June the 9th. This is exactly like our other formats with one exception. This particular series has a couple of multi-signed helmets in them that are people from different teams. So one of those, college greats, the other one, Heisman winners. You will see that each of those I gave their own bidding category to, right? So if we pull one of those helmets out that falls into that one of those categories, it will go strictly to that particular category. And if you look, you know, the pictures that I add to the listing, it actually shows on one of those manufacturer pictures the two helmets that I'm talking about. So in regard to the Heisman and the collegiate one, I just think it would be way too hard to try to read all the signatures and figure out who played where and all that and award that thing. So ever since we've been breaking these, that's how we've done it, with those two having their own little bidding categories. And this, fortunately, one of the things I love about Gold Rush, I love many things about Gold Rush, but one in particular is that they put a little sticker inside there that tells you who it is, so you don't have to guess if you can't read the signature, right? So this one is for the Chargers, and it is Melvin Gordon. So Chargers, Melvin Gordon is our autographed full-size helmet. Thank goodness no Twilight Zone, Earl Campbell, and this one. It is a Beckett authentication. There's your little card that was kind of tucked in behind one of these, what appears to be a loose ear pad in our replica helmet, but I'll put it back in that general spot. And there is your Beckett authentication sticker that will match up with the little card that you saw there. All right, let me get our full-size helmet safely set aside and we will push onward. We have one more memorabilia break to do tonight, and then we'll be rolling into our case of finest. One hot second here for me to get the spreadsheet set up, and we'll get cracking on this one. So again, If you didn't see this, if you didn't read it, didn't hear me say it any of the other times, look up from whatever you're doing there for a second. Check it out. All the info, all the 411 that you need to know is right there in regard to shipping date and consolation cards if your team is not pulled. A 2018 Gold Rush autographed baseball jersey, break number 8. Also ended tonight, June the 9th, Saturday, June the 9th. The day that Justify won the Triple Crown. Yeah, I'm not going to get over that anytime soon. I'll tell you that right now. I'm so happy about it. It makes me so happy. And Gold Rush makes me happy. We almost always pull cool stuff out of Gold Rush. And I love their baseball jerseys. So I'm anxious to see who we're going to get. There's a little checklist on the back too. Can you guys see that? Well, you can if I pick the camera up, I guess. So see, there's a little checklist of who all is in here. And I like that they do that too. That they usually put those on the back of, well, maybe not everything that they, not every product they have, but on many of them they do. Oh, this is cool. Yeah, I like this hit. This is Wade Boggs. There is your JSA authentication. There is, of course, Mr. Boggs' name, his JSA authentication sticker down there. Signature across the number 2. Let's see if this is authentic or custom or what we got going. Yeah, I don't see any MLB tags or logos. So a custom Red Sox jersey signed by Wade Boggs. Pretty cool little hit there from Gold Rush. So congratulations to the Red Sox. And that's the last of our memorabilia tonight. So we're getting ready to start on Finest. And for those of you who are probably, those of you who might have been in the memorabilia break and you're getting ready to take off, once again, thank you. I appreciate you bidding and breaking and chatting and hanging out with me. And hopefully we'll see you again tomorrow. We've got lots more fun memorabilia coming your way tomorrow as well. So this is going to move us into our full case of Finest baseball. And again, I know when you sit the whole way through, it's a drag to look at this every time right before the break starts, but people jump in and out all the time. They don't always pay attention to it, so I kind of have to put it up each time. There is a slight difference, though, of course. This is a paid shipping break for Finest, so I'm anticipating a Tuesday shipping date for this. And we don't have to worry about consolation cards because I think every team will most likely pull a card in here. If for some reason you don't pull a card of any sort, I would still send you a consolation card or cards that would go out with the rest of the break. 8 boxes of 2018 Finest baseball. This is a full case break, break number 3. And once again, ended just like the rest of them tonight, Saturday, June the 9th. And so far, I have sorted and shipped out the other breaks, the first 2 case breaks, and we did not have any teams that didn't pull a card in any of that. So I don't have any reason to think that there would be an occasion for a team to not pull anything at all out of Finest, but you know what? You never know. So just in case, that's why I'm letting you know that if that were to happen, your consolation card, of course, would ship with the rest of the break since this is a paid shipping break. We have 8 boxes in here that make up our case. And each master box has in it 2 mini boxes. Each of our mini boxes will have an autograph card in it. So basically 2 autographs per master box, 1 per mini. We should find plenty of numbered cards and inserts and things like that as well. A few base refractors. We'll find a handful of those as we go along too. And it's usually pretty fun. I always like Finest. The checklist is a little more limited than some of the other products. However, you generally have some pretty big names in Finest too that you have the potential to hit. So all in all, pound for pound, if you will, I think it's a great product. Should be a couple of case hits in here. Finest Careers, and it happens to be Cal Ripken this year for the Orioles. It wasn't last year. I think last year was David Ortiz, Big Poppy, and I forget who the year before that was. But anyway, they usually have a Finest Careers die cut in Finest. And this, sometimes in the past, it's been one of those per case, or sometimes it would be one or two per case, but this time it is two per case pretty solidly, as what, I think that's actually what they promise in the marketing materials, and that's what we've been finding as well. So, whoops. Base refractor, Brian Dozier for the Twins. Generally speaking, those are not going to be numbered. Cornerstones and Aaron Judge, that insert series generally will not refract, and it generally is not numbered. And our first hit out is for the Cardinals. Nice low number here to 50 in the gold parallel with Alcantara for the St. Louis Cardinals, who had an excellent break with this. Was it yesterday or day before? Anyway, they had an excellent break with it. Sitting red, Reese Hoskins on that one. That is a new insert series for 2018, and we'll find a handful of those. There's a Dallas Keuchel base refractor for the Astros. Cornerstones, Goldschmidt, and the Diamondbacks. Here's some more color for us, numbered to 250. The purple parallel, Tim Beckham and the Orioles. We're going to follow that up with a little more color. Josh Donaldson, gold to 50 for the Toronto Blue Jays. So nice color in general in this first mini box. Couple of gold and a purple. Justin Verlander in a base refractor. So, Series 2 next week. Wednesday. That's a massive break. I kind of look forward to it because I like getting the hits and the inserts, but then I kind of don't look forward to it because it's a 1,500 card break to do a half case of jumbos, and it just takes forever. I guess it doesn't really take forever to break it necessarily, but it takes forever to sort it. Oh, such a long time. But from the looks of the checklist, it's full of Ohtani, so hopefully we'll have some good luck in it anyway. Cornerstones, Bryce Harper. And our hits coming out right away for the Cleveland Indians. A nice little rookie hit there with Greg Allen. Sitting red, Nolan Arenado. Speaking of Ohtani, there's an Alex Verdugo rookie refractor. What I have found in our first two cases where Ohtani is concerned, we're finding like somewhere between 3 and 5 of his base rookie. Cornerstones, Miguel Sano. And then I have been finding one Finest First Moments. And that is what this is. That is a Finest First Moments parallel. That one, of course, is Dominic Smith. Doesn't refract. That one doesn't anyway, but there aren't a ton of those in there. Mejia for the Indians. Nice little rookie refractor. So we'll see if our numbers hold true tonight for Shohei, but that's kind of how I've noticed them coming out. One of the Finest Firsts and a handful, 3 to 5 of the base cards. So, of course, you know what I'm after. I want the Superfractor. Right, whoever has the Angels, I'm sure is like, yeah, that's exactly what I want. But, you know, we had such good luck with Ohtani and Bowman Chrome. Like, unbelievably good luck to pull what still to date is the only Japanese version of his signature. I mean, that was just such an awesome hit. It's going to almost, I mean, it's pretty much going to take a superfractor to top that hit, I think. So that's my mission. That's my mission these days, to hit the Shohei Ohtani superfractor in something. So, I mean, it can be in anything. But I say, why wait? Let's hit it in finest. Maybe tonight. That would work out just fine for me. Of course, I don't get to keep them, but I do like to see them. I get excited when I pull good stuff. I like it. It's fun. No matter the fact that they don't stay here with me. It's kind of like fostering, right? It's like fostering an animal or fostering a child. They come visit, and it's cool, and you like having them there, and then they go to their real forever home. Numbered to 250, Freddie Freeman and the Atlanta Braves. Here's one of our finest die cuts that I was talking about earlier. Case hit. Should be a couple of them before we're done. Cal Ripken Jr. There are, I believe, 10 of those all together that make up the full set of finest careers. Chris Sale, base refractor for the Red Sox. Cornerstones, Will Myers and the Padres. And here comes our nice finest hours, and it is Victor Robles for the Nats, numbered 225. So very nice hit for the Nationals. I think so far we've pulled, that might be the second Robles we've pulled, and then a Barry Larkin. No, is that right? Yeah, I think so. Sitting red, Matt Olson in the A's. I think that's right. We had another Robles, and then I know we had the Barry Larkin. That was a Giancarlo Stanton base refractor. There's a Mike Trout Cornerstones insert. And all cards do ship. Someone asked me that in messages tonight. So, yes, pretty much all my breaks, the vast majority of my breaks, all the cards will ship. So, if that's ever not the case, if I'm ever, say we were to break a full case of Series 2 Jumbo all at once or something, I probably would say in that, you know, hey, veteran base isn't going to ship or whatever the case might be. But if and when that happens, which it's super rare that it does, but if I ever decide to do something like that, it will always say it in the listing description. Kind of in the same area where it talks about the date and time of the break, and it gives the, you know, the type of product and the quantity and all that. It would be in that general area. Cornerstones, Robinson Cano for the Mariners. And here is a Shohei Ohtani. That's just the base rookie in here. But we should find a few of those before we're all said and done. Ahmed Rosario, that's a finest first insert. And here's our other Mets rookie, Dominic Smith, blue parallel to 150. Max Scherzer, Washington Nationals base refractor. And Rhys Hoskins Cornerstones. Christian Arroyo, refractor for the Giants. I almost said rookie refractor. It always takes me a minute to reset. I know we're pretty far into the 2018 season, but you know, you just like, how many times last year did I say rookie refractor for Arroyo? Like so many. Miguel Sano, sitting red. Sometimes you just go on autopilot before you realize it. Beltre. That was a base refractor for the Rangers. 2 down, 6 to go. And this third case break of finest, well, a full case, break number 3, I should say. The third time we have broken a case. I'll get it out in a minute. So, you know, I don't really know how I feel about sports this weekend. It's kind of a weird sporting weekend for me. In the sense that, A, the Warriors, you know, won again. And if you break with me often, you know I already was not a fan of Cavaliers-Warriors number 4 because I'm just, we've seen it, been there, done that. I did expect kind of that the Cavaliers would win at least one game, though. That was kind of rough. They got swept. But anyway, so there was that, which I was kind of on the fence about. And then the French Open, of course, Serena had to pull out of her comeback tournament with the strained pec muscle. So then that left us with a final of Simona Halep, who I like, and then Sloane Stephens, who's the American girl that was, made it to the finals. So I was kind of torn about that. I really kind of was okay with either one winning. And Simona won, so I was happy that she won, but I was kind of sad that she beat an American to do it. Jose Abreu, that's the White Sox refractor. But then, of course, everything went well today with Justify. Cornerstones, Reese Hoskins, so that pretty much made it all worthwhile. The Nationals, man, you guys are cleaning up with Robles, aren't you? So this one, numbered to 99, the green parallel. Of course, you pulled the nice Finest Hours a moment ago. That was numbered to 25 with him, so you're in good shape. Manny Machado setting red. Nationals having a nice break. Kenley Jansen was our base refractor. Robinson Cano Cornerstones. Here's a little purple. Hey, it's Billy Hamilton for my Cincinnati Reds, numbered to 250. Oh, and did you happen to see today? Oh, this was awful. So Casey Mize, who probably everybody knows went #1 in the draft. I have to put in an eye drop, guys. I'm so sorry. Hang on a second. It feels like I have a grain of sand in my eye. So, yeah. So Casey Mize, pitcher, number one overall to the Tigers. Pretty much everybody had known for weeks he was going to go #1 overall to the Tigers. Like the worst kept secret of the MLB draft. Oh man, did he throw a stinker today. So it's like, you're like, all right, so you just got drafted for $1 zillion. So now you're like, whew, I can relax and take a game off. Oh, it was bad. He did not play well today. So I just kind of thought that was funny right after going #1 and all the surrounding hype to then just throw a terrible, terrible game. Mike Trout, base refractor for the Angels. Justin Bauer, cornerstones for the Marlins. All right, Nationals. Now this is getting kind of crazy. Here is your third autograph for Victor. This is a base rookie refractor. So you can just wallpaper a room with all of the hits you're pulling of Victor tonight. Gary Sanchez setting red. Meanwhile, somebody over at Topps just kind of said, ha ha ha, let's make this whole case the Nationals. Like, what? Who packed this? Alex Wood, base refractor for the Dodgers. Carlos Correa, cornerstones. There's our Shohei finest firsts. And so far, these have been falling about 1 per case. So we'll see if that happens that way again tonight or not. Here's a little orange, pretty little orange for us. Cubbies to 25 with Wilson Contreras. But, my thing has been for several years now, somebody, I don't know how they do the process, but however they do the process of randomizing, cards per box or per case or teams per box or per case, however they do it, their algorithm is jacked up. Because both Panini and Topps for several years now have had cases that you'll come across like this, where you'll find just a ton of the same player or the same team, or sometimes both. It's kind of crazy. So I don't know what automated system or computer algorithm or what they use to do their random insertions, but it needs to be tweaked. That's all I'm saying. Well, unless you're the card getting all the hits, and then you're like, no, don't touch it. I want it to keep coming out just like that. But if you're everybody else, you're like, hey, wait, that's not right. But it seems like, I guess really probably the last 3 years, it's been the worst. But there's also plenty of cases where you don't have the problem. Then you'll just sneak up on one or two that's like this one. Brett Gardner for the Yankees base refractor. Manny Machado cornerstones. And a pretty little Walker Buehler for the Dodgers. Walker grew up right here in Lexington, Kentucky. How about that? Setting red, Edwin Encarnacion. Henry Clay High School, I believe it was. Manny Machado base refractor. So I always want the local guys to do well. Benintendi cornerstones. Well, why not have another Max Scherzer while we're at it? This one is numbered to 99 in the green parallel. Can't remember if our other one was numbered or if it was just a base refractor, but we did have another Scherzer of some sort. Cal Ripken with another Finest Careers die cut. That will be our second and final case hit for the Finest Careers. Unless something strange happens and they gift us with some others. But for the most part, I think that's what we're looking for. I'm so bummed that Shohei is not going to be in the All-Star game. Well, presumably he's not. I mean, he's out with the grade 2 sprain. I don't think there's much way he's going to make it. Cornerstones, Josh Bell and the Pirates. Because that would have been fun, because you know he would have been hitting and pitching there. Ozzie Albies is stuck to someone. And Ozzie is a Finest First Moments insert for the Braves. And he was trying to stick to our gold David Robertson. Gold parallel for the Yankees. But you know, he just had the grade 1 sprain in Japan right before he came over here, right? I mean, maybe not right before, but wasn't too far in the rear view. Nolan Arenado, base refractor for the Rockies. And they just treated it with plasma and platelets. And so now here we are right back in the same spot, except now it's a grade 2. So, I don't know. I think he might be headed for Tommy John. Maybe not this year, but ooh. I don't know. Anthony Banda, Diamondbacks. Because you only have to get to grade 3. Grade 3 is Tommy John. Nelson Cruz, sitting red. And this blah, 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 blah. I used to be able to speak. That is a base refractor for the Rangers with Runed. And I think, I forgot I cut that while ago. I think I might be inclined, if I'm the Angels, and it looks like he's headed towards Tommy John anyway, I think I'd go on and have him do it. Because then at least you likely get him back somewhere in 2019. You wait much longer into the season, you're not getting him back till 2020. He has to go out, right? I mean, I don't know. Obviously, they're hoping it doesn't come to that, but he's awfully young, and he's had these two... not exactly back to back, not totally on top of one another, but not that far apart either, so. I don't know. I guess we'll see in 3 weeks when they reevaluate him what's going to happen next. But he's fun to watch. So selfishly, I'm gonna miss him playing. Miguel Cabrera Cornerstones. There's an Alex Verdugo Finest First Moments insert. Base refractor Marcus Stroman and the Blue Jays. Buster Posey Cornerstones. And a hit for the Yankees. How about that? You got Garrett Cooper. Meanwhile, the Yankees are going, come on, couldn't I have had Torres or Andahar? I know. Aaron Judge, sitting red. Will Myers, base refractor for the Padres. What's going on with Clint Frazier, by the way? You know, he had the concussion, right? It was in spring training, I guess it was. So he didn't play. And then, I guess is still down. Is he still down in AAA? Is he still on concussion protocol? What's his deal? What's going on with Clint Frazier right now? Does anybody know? Boston Red Sox. And there is Rafael Devers in the green parallel, numbered to 99. Garcia, base refractor for the White Sox. Cody Bellinger Cornerstones. And the Indians with a nice little hit. That is Francisco Mejia, and he is on a Finest First insert, no less. So Indians with a nice one. Paul Goldschmidt insert, sitting red. Saw Noah Syndergaard go by. He's still on the DL too, isn't he? There's so many guys out this year. And there's Robertson on a base refractor for the Yankees. Francisco Lindor Cornerstones. And that was box number 5. 5 down, 3 to go. So we'll just go on and I'll show you the inside of that one in a minute. I don't know why I just decided to set it over there first. I don't know. That's not the way I usually do it, but I did right then. And you know I always show you the inside of the empty boxes just because I do. Every once in a while, we'll find a pack stuck in a box, so it comes in handy occasionally. Fortunately, it's not very often that there is a pack stuck in there, but that's why we look. So that if there is, we can grab it and get things back on track. So, of course, we got a handful of Finest left to break, besides what's already scheduled. Of course, we'll start breaking Series 2 on Wednesday night when it comes out, and then after that, we'll be mixing Finest and Series 2 together. Not in the same break, but, you know, alternating. Numbered to 150 blue parallel for the Cardinals with DeYoung. So, Cody Bellinger, Dodgers base refractor. So we'll have some more coming. Cornerstones, Molina. And the A's with a nice little hit here, numbered to 99, Paul Blackburn. Green parallel with the... never remember what that pattern is called. I always want to say that it's the wave. You see the pattern in it? And I don't really know if that's technically the right name for it or not. But at any rate, it's the second one of those we've pulled. Sitting red, Chris Bryant. Billy Hamilton base refractor for my Cincinnati Reds. Cornerstones, Ryan Braun for the Milwaukee Brewers. Benjamin, yes, the half case of mini helmets was the very first break we did tonight. And I know you're going to ask me who was in it, and I'm trying to think of that. There was an Earl Campbell, which goes to the Titans. There was a Y.A. Tittle for the 49ers. There was somebody that was a Raider. Who else, guys? Raiders, 49ers, Titans. Oh, boy. I'm blanking on the other two at the moment. Reese Hoskins, that's finest first for the Phillies. Chris Archer for the Rays to 250 in the purple parallel. And I can't remember who those other two helmets were. But no, Benjamin, no Vikings. I see Gerald was kind enough to answer that. Thank you, Gerald, for jumping in there. Herrera base refractor for the Phillies. Chris Bryant cornerstones. My Cincinnati Reds get an autograph hit with Iglesias. Cool. Oh, yeah, Will Fuller for the Texans. Good call. Good call. So we had a Texan, a 49er, a Raider, a Titan, and one more that I am drawing a blank on still. But Gerald has got good recall. He's coming up with them there. Sitting red Cespedes. Freddie Freeman, base refractor for the Braves. Another base Ohtani. Cornerstone Chris Archer, Tampa Bay Rays. 6 down, 2 to go. Yeah, I'm the worst about remembering what something was that we hit. I don't know. I think because I open so much stuff every day, and then I also see a massive amount of stuff every day that I'm sorting and shipping, I just typically don't really retain it unless it's a really big hit, and then I can remember it. Or sometimes if it's only one thing, I can remember it. But when it's several things like that, I tend to, like, almost as soon as the break is over, my mind just kind of goes boom and resets and goes into something else, into the next break. I know, it sounds weird. And before I started doing breaks, when I just bid into breaks, and I would ask, maybe somebody, like I do, doing multiple breaks in a night, and maybe I come in late, I missed the first part or whatever, and I would ask, did such and such hit? And whoever was breaking wouldn't remember, and I always thought, that's so weird. Like, how can you not remember? You just did it. But as soon as I started doing breaks, I'm like, oh, yeah, I see how that works. I can't really explain how it works, but yes, yes, it happens to me too. Rafael Devers for the Red Sox, that's finest first moments. And to 150 blue parallel, Anthony Rendon for the Washington Nationals. I guess it's kind of like clearing the cache of the computer, right? Mookie Betts, base refractor for the Red Sox. Nolan Arenado, cornerstones. A Brandon Woodruff autograph for the Brewers. I'm not 100% sure about this, but I think we have pulled a Brandon Woodruff autograph out of every single case we've done so far of finest. Cody Bellinger sitting red. Definitely we have in 2. I think in all 3. That was a George Springer base refractor. Yes, Melvin Gordon was definitely the full size. Melvin Gordon in the Chargers was for sure the full size helmet. That one I do remember. It's just the other mini helmet that I'm kind of drawing a blank on who it was. I'm trying to think, like, sometimes I can remember what they were based on, like, where they sat, right? Because it was the Raiders were over here, and the 49ers were here, and the Earl Campbell was here, and then there were 2 stacked up there. One of them was actually the Will Fuller was here. So it would have been Earl Campbell, Will Fuller, the Raider, the 49er, and it's whoever was stacked up there on the top. That's the one I can't remember. There's another Ohtani base. Mazzara cornerstones. Here's a little Andahar, numbered to 250, purple parallel for the Yankees. That's one thing I will say about Topps. They have not overloaded us with tons and tons of Ohtani base cards. Freddie Freeman cornerstones. Harrison Bader to 150, Cardinals with another nice hit. It's the blue parallel. And the majority of the stuff that we've opened, or that I've opened, like, you know, Bowman, that sort of thing. There have been a Salvador Perez base refractor for the Royals. There have been not an overwhelming number of Ohtani rookies. You know, you find a couple here and there, sometimes one per box, sometimes less than one per box, but really not really more than that on average. Seahawks. Oh, yeah. Good job, Ryan. Yes, that's who it was. The Seahawks. And the guy with the, Easley with, yeah. He had the beautiful signature. How did I blank on that? Yes, thank you. Seahawks it was for the fifth mini helmet that I could not remember. Good job, man. Woohoo! Teamwork. I like it. Gerald and Ryan combining there to help jog my memory to answer the mini helmet question. And meanwhile, Benjamin's probably like long gone. Benjamin just was like, "Were there any Vikings?" Somebody told him no, and he probably left. And then meanwhile, the rest of us have been here going, "Who is the other one?" Yeah, I know. It works that way sometimes. All right, we are closing in on the last of it here, so here's hoping we find some bombs away hits in it. Here's a nice little Dominic Smith rookie refractor for the Mets. Of course, at the end of the break, I will recap our signature hits and our numbered cards. And the Dodgers with a second hit, Chris Taylor. They had the nice Walker Buehler go through a little bit earlier tonight. Setting red, Bryce Harper. A base refractor for the Brewers with Eric Timms. This is numbered 250. It's a Cespedes sitting red. And that one does refract. Most of our others do not refract. That one, which is numbered, does refract. Joey Votto, cornerstones for the Reds. And he is for real a cornerstone for the Reds. Because, yeah, one of the few really good players that we have on the Reds. But as I say at the start of every season with the Reds, maybe next year. Yeah, it's like we don't even have to wait to get a month into the season. If you're a Reds fan, you just automatically at the start of the season, like 1-2 games in, you just go, yeah, maybe next year. Oh, goodness. Well, at least we have Hunter Green coming sometime soon. Not really. Just drafted last year. We probably got a couple years to wait. But anyway, I like to think it's soon. Josh Donaldson, cornerstones. Purple parallel, Justin Verlander to 250, Astros. Guy's got an incredibly low ERA. There is a base refractor for the Indians with Carlos Carrasco, Matt Olson, cornerstones, a redemption. Ooh, a mystery redemption. Ho, ho, ho. Well, you know what that means. Yeah, means everybody's in play. Giancarlo Stanton, sitting red. That is followed by Williams rookie refractor for the Phillies. Yeah, I don't create separate spots for those mystery redemptions because they so seldom show up. I just don't do it. So instead, you know what happens? Everybody's got a shot at it because we're going to use, you got it, random.org to give it out. And my iPad just timed out. I got to get signed back in. Whoops. Okay, so finest mystery redemption number 3. You won't find out who that is for a while. So it's a mystery now, and it will be a mystery for a little while. But in the meantime, we will not make it a mystery who's going to get it. We're going to figure it out, and I'm going to bring you along with me. I'm going to copy and paste all of our teams into random.org. And then I will hit random one single time. Whatever team comes out in the number 1 position after I hit random is going to earn that mystery redemption. I'll scroll through here so you guys can see, and gals. You can see that every team was in fact copied and pasted in there as it should be. And here we go. Coming out for the Kansas City Royals. So the Royals with a nice one and our mystery redemption. See, that's why you should not be afraid to take some of these teams that have fewer hits than maybe some other teams, because guess what? Things like this can happen and you come out booming. Daniel, you said the Reds catcher is from your hometown. Oh, really? Well, that's pretty cool. You talking about Tucker Barnhart? I love Tucker Barnhart. He's awesome. All right, let's recap. Actually, let's start with our numbered cards and our die cut finest careers. So there are 2 die cut finest careers per case. They're always going to be of Cal Ripken. These are, I think, 10 makes the complete set. If you ever collect all 10, there are 2 of them. And our numbered cards for tonight, purple is to 250, gold to 50. So that's 250. Blue is to 150, 250, 150. Green to 99, gold to 50, 99. Orange is to 25, 250, 150, 250, 50, and 250. So those are our numbered cards that are not autographed. And actually, let's see what we did find for Shohei. I think these are all set aside. If I accidentally did not set one aside, of course, you're going to get it anyway. I just try to so we can see. So we have 1, 2, 3, one more, 4 base, and then the finest first. So that's about how we've been landing. The 1 finest first per case and somewhere 3 to 5 of the base rookies. Mystery redemption number 3 was awarded to the Kansas City Royals using random.org. For the Dodgers, Chris Taylor. For the Cardinals to 150, Harrison Bader. Brandon Woodruff for the Brewers. Iglesias, Reds. Paul Blackburn for the A's, green wave to 99. Francisco Mejia on the finest firsts. And for the Yankees, we have Garrett Cooper. Diamondbacks pull out a nice little Anthony Banda. Dodgers with Walker Buehler. One of what seems like a million, Victor Robles. Here is the first one that is on a rookie refractor. And then there's another of Victor. This one is in the green, wave to 99. And then Christian Aurora for the Giants. And our third Victor, this one is numbered to 25. You just kept getting lower every time. You went from unnumbered to 99 to 25 on the finest hour insert. So if you're the Nationals, you had quite a haul tonight. For the Indians, Greg Allen. And then the way we started things off tonight, numbered to 50 with the Sandy Alcantara for Alcantara, however you say it, for the Cardinals. You know I say it wrong, like every time. So that is kind of, that's it for tonight. I am going to put our spreadsheet information up again in case somebody jumped in the middle of Finest and maybe you did not see it at all. So I will put that up here now before I sign off. So if you need to check it out, here it is. A couple of anticipated shipping dates. One date deals with all of our memorabilia items, which were free shipping. And then our other anticipated shipping date for Finest, of course, is Tuesday. And as always, if I can get the paid shipping breaks out sooner, I will. Also, info there about consolation cards. If you were in one of the memorabilia breaks and you got skunked, your team wasn't pulled, you can find information there on the screen about consolation cards and how they work. And more info about that's also in the listing description. And finally, here's a look at what's coming up in the days ahead. We've got lots of memorabilia. We've got more Finest cases coming. We've got more cases of Luminance football coming. We've got some Top Series 2 baseball that will start on Wednesday. And we're going to have a nice, fun, full week ahead. So, oh, John, you were asking me a question I didn't see. The jersey... we did a couple of jerseys. Are you asking me about the baseball jersey or are you asking me about the football jersey? Because I don't know which one, John, that you are inquiring about. But if you can let me know, I will be happy to answer that for you. Oh, never mind. I see Gerald answered it. Huh, I didn't even see that until just now. How did I miss that? Gerald, you are on it, man. Thank you so much. So yes, it was Earl Campbell, NFL, Titans, and Wade Boggs, Red Sox was the baseball jersey. So there we go, guys and gals. Thank you once again for joining me tonight. I appreciate it. Hopefully I will see you again tomorrow night, or if not, then for another break soon. In the meantime, have a great weekend, and we'll see you the next time. Bye now.